Welcome to our 22nd annual Professional Development Day at New Horizon Academy in Kinderberry Hill. We are thrilled to gather for a day dedicated to the professional development of all of you. We have school families gathered across the country today in Minnesota, Iowa, Idaho, Colorado, and Kansas. We're so excited to spend the day dedicated to belonging. Brene Brown says, true belonging never asks us to change who we are. True belonging requires us to be who we are. It's critically important that each of you feel you belong as you are at New Horizon Academy in Kinderberry Hill. A collective sense of belonging will strengthen our school families. As strong and caring school families, we will be able to provide the best possible care to our children. When I think about belonging, I think about our why, our mission, vision, and core values of our company. My mom started this company 53 years ago to provide an environment for children to feel good about themselves. She chose the name New Horizon because she believes each and every child deserves a new horizon, a place where everyone can say, I like me, a place where each and every child feels they belong. In 1990, Kinderberry Hill joined the New Horizon family, sharing our mission and core values. Our why is also explained with our core values. First, we do what's best for young children. This is the core of what we do. It's the inspiration for all of us who choose to work for New Horizon Academy in Kinderberry Hill. This means we have the best, most well-equipped early learning environments in the nation. We believe children deserve to learn and teachers deserve to teach in beautiful, well-equipped spaces. We know many of you have worked in other early childhood programs. I hope you see the difference. I hope you get what the supplies you need for your classroom. I hope you see that we provide our schools with the greatest amount of support of any provider in early childhood education. This includes regular visits from your district managers and area directors, district curriculum coordinators, early childhood mental health specialists who help coach and mentor around challenging behavior, professional development tracks to help you become even more effective in the classroom, and mentor teachers who provide extra support during the welcoming period of a new employee. Second, we model and foster healthy relationships. This is the best thing we can do to develop young children's social emotional skills. We need to create meaningful connections with children, families, and each other. That's why conscious discipline, the evidence-based and trauma-informed approach to social and emotional learning that we use throughout our early childhood programs fits so well with our mission, our vision, and our values. The thing that human beings crave most in this world is human connection. Imagine the impact you as an early educator have to teach children how to develop positive relationships with others at a very young age. This will help our children grow up to be better friends, better coworkers, better partners, and better future parents. We also know conscious discipline teaches us to become better coworkers. This strengthens our school families and allows us to create a warmer and even more supportive environment for everyone who walks through the doors of a New Horizon Academy or Kinderberry Hill. In order to foster healthy relationships, we have to teach children how to have healthy relationships, and we have to model them ourselves. Remember, children are always watching us and learning how to interact with other human beings from all of you. I know I've shared this quote before. It's one of my favorites. But if a child doesn't know how to read, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to swim, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to multiply, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to drive, we teach. If a child doesn't know how to behave, do we teach? Punish? Why can't we finish that last sentence as automatically as we do others? Third, we live a mission of continuous improvement. New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill are constantly on the search for how to improve the experience for children in our classrooms. The classrooms we have today are the best in our 53-year history because we keep incorporating best practices and the newest research in how we create effective, healthy, and successful early learning environments. And fourth, we need to be dependable. We know that when children have connections with their caregivers, they're more ready to learn, and it takes connection and trust for children to open their minds to new possibilities. Being dependable as a trusted caregiver means that you need to arrive to work on time with an open heart, an open mind, and ready to connect with children and each other, and ready to teach. Being dependable also means that we as an employer can't be as flexible when it comes to work schedules, because our children are counting on us. Changes to staffing disrupt the learning of children. They also disrupt other classrooms. So it's important to please request time off in advance as much as possible. Dependable teachers are the key to our children's success. I hope our company's mission, vision, and values resonate with you, and it makes you proud of the company that you work for. We've accomplished some exciting things in 2024, including the opening of our 100th school in Corcoran, Minnesota. This is where I'm recording from today. We also celebrated the openings of schools in Overland Park, Kansas, Parker, Colorado, Urbandale, Iowa, and North Olathe in Kansas. I feel great to be part of an award-winning company. For the third consecutive year, New Horizon Academy was named the top child care provider in Minnesota by Minnesota Star Tribune's annual Minnesota Bests Award. We were awarded gold for best child care and silver for best preschool. New Horizon Academy was also voted Best Preschool and Child Care Center of 2024 by Minnesota Parent. And New Horizon Academy was also voted Favorite Childcare in Boise, Idaho by the Idaho Statesman. And finally, New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill continue to be named a top place to work. New Horizon Academy was named a top 200 workplace for the 8th year in a row by the Minnesota Star Tribune, as well as a top workplace in the USA for the 4th year in a row. And Kinderberry Hill was again named a top workplace in Minnesota by the Star Tribune. The honor of being a top workplace is a testament to the hard work, dedication, and creativity of each of you, so thank you. And we're so proud to continue to integrate creative curriculum and conscious discipline into each of our classrooms throughout New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill. Kinderberry Hill's curriculum continues to be inspired by Reggio Emilia. This approach embraces teaching led by children's interests, resulting in a rich curriculum capturing children's curiosity and offering challenging and engaging education. Kinderberry Hill teachers also utilize creative curriculum along with other educational resources. We maintained accreditation by the National Association for the Education of Young Children at nearly all of our eligible schools. All of our eligible schools have also achieved eco-friendly childcare certifications, and some of our schools have been volunteered to go above and beyond, achieving a second accreditation from National Early Childhood Program accreditation, or have outdoor classrooms accredited by Nature Explore. Last but not least, we remain focused on competitive compensation and benefits. In fact, only 1 in 10 early educators in this country have access to a 401k match, and only 1 in 5 have access to an employee-sponsored health insurance program. And I am proud of the work we have done with compensation in all of the states we operate in. As an early childhood organization, we closely monitor state and national averages within the early childhood industry, and we are determined to stay at the very top of those scales in every community that we operate. We have also worked hard to keep health insurance plans competitive and premiums affordable. Over the last 2 years, our employee premiums remained flat, and for many of our employees, they even saw a decrease to premiums. In fact, on a national level, health insurance premiums have increased more than 38% since 2019. Meanwhile, at New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill, employees have only seen an increase somewhere between 4 and 13% during this period, depending on the coverage type selected. Now this year, our company is faced with the steepest health insurance increase we have seen in more than a decade. But this year, the company is going to continue to step up and absorb 83% of that increase, so our employees will only see a small increase to their premiums. Even with this change, our health insurance premium increases are so much lower than you're going to see at other companies. And we hope next year, if we have a better and healthier year, we will be able to continue to keep health insurance costs down and premiums as affordable as possible. But insurance is expensive and it's challenging for many Americans. We're proud to see over 700 of our employees do access our employee-sponsored health insurance plan. And if you're interested in employee-sponsored health insurance, open enrollment starts in just a few weeks on October 28th and is open through November 8th. So watch for emails from our benefits team for more information. The benefit that's accessed by the second largest number of employees is our amazing childcare discount, which is one of our most unique offerings. On average, our employees save 50% or more off the public cost of childcare, amounting to tens of thousands of dollars of savings. And nearly 600 employees currently bring their children to New Horizon Academy or Kinderberry Hill with a discount. Over the years, we've been asked about investing more resources to support the mental health of our employees. In a spirit of continuous improvement, I am thrilled to share that we have invested in a new and enhanced employee assistance program for all of you and your families. SupportLink will provide comprehensive resources to support the mental health and work-life balance of employees. It's easy to access from a licensed mental health counselor that is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can receive help through phone, text, or app communications, as well as in-person sessions with a licensed clinician when needed. And of course, this benefit will be completely confidential. In addition to mental health support, the Employee Assistance Program will also provide work-life benefits, including legal, financial, elder care planning, and much more. If something in your life is causing you stress, whether it's related to mental health, finances, or something else, that stress can follow you into the classroom. So taking good care of you allows you to take better care for the children in your care each day. You're going to hear more from Tracy Hyde today about this exciting new benefit, which again is available to all employees at no cost to you. And finally, one of the greatest benefits we offer that too few employees take advantage of is our 401k. With our 401k match, employees who don't participate are leaving money on the table. Economists and financial planners would tell you the single best way for you to save for your retirement is to begin investing in a 401k at the youngest age possible. If you're not yet participating, I implore you to start now. If you are concerned about reducing your paycheck, then consider directing portions of future pay increases toward your 401k contribution. Remember, everyone in our company always has the opportunity to increase their compensation even more by furthering their education. And oftentimes it's at no cost to you. The company will cover 100% of the cost for any employee who wants to pursue their CDA or their associate's degree in early childhood education. But we also have significant tuition reimbursement available to help you get your bachelor's or even your master's degree in early childhood. And many times, states will have additional grant funding so you can pursue that bachelor's or master's degree in early childhood education at limited or no cost to you. And we know that many new forms of public funding provide wage supplements that are directed in higher amounts towards early educators with increased levels of education. In Minnesota, early educators are able to apply for retain grants. They offer annual bonuses between $500 for those who have a CDA up to $3,000 for those who have a bachelor's or higher. In Iowa, eligibility has been expanded for a wages compensation support program for early educators. And I know many of our employees in Iowa are now able to take advantage of this great opportunity. And in Colorado, there's a tax credit for educators that is dependent on your level of education. Remember, if you work in our Colorado schools, you need to update your Colorado Shines PDIS so that you qualify for the highest tax credit possible. And as a reminder, when you further your education, you also receive a wage adjustment at each step along the way. And it creates more opportunities for advancement. If you see yourself wanting to become a curriculum coordinator, a district curriculum coordinator, maybe an assistant director or a director of your own school, or possibly an area director or district manager, the first major step to create those opportunities for you is for you to further your education and let us help you do it. So please reach out to your director, your district manager, or your area director for details on how you can advance your education. We have a really amazing human resources team, and I'm so proud of the work they've done to find and help us retain the most highly qualified early educators for New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill. We've recently expanded this talent acquisition team, and we're continuing to find innovative ways to find potential candidates. But we're also reviewing our entire employee journey at both New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill, because we know that we have high expectations and they can be overwhelming for new employees. So we have to re-examine and redesign how we onboard them. So for the first 90 days, that is really an employee's welcoming period. It's a time when all of us should provide the extra support and care for those who are newest to our company. And the single best way for us to be fully staffed in our schools is to keep our amazing people. And a lot has to do with that new employee's sense of belonging within each of our schools. And that's why this year we announced this new mentor teacher program. And I'll tell you, I believe, like Conscious Discipline, that our new mentor teacher program is going to be one of the biggest and most positive changes we've made to our schools in years. The idea is to have highly skilled early educators in every school who can participate and help onboard our newest members of each school family. But mentor teachers can also specialize in other areas that can be challenging, like behavior guidance, curriculum and assessment. And remember, this is a work in progress. It's new. We're continuing to look at this program to make it the most effective it can possibly be for each New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill School. This year, we have seen a significant improvement in our substitute network management, including increased sub-fill rates and a redesigned sub-onboarding program. And we're going to continue to develop our substitute networks in each community we serve. This means when teachers do need some time off for vacations or illness or emergencies, that we will have employees who are well-trained in New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill best practices that can step into our schools. And we're going to redouble efforts to continue to focus on growing this substitute network. And I want to give a shout out to those who are substitutes in our schools. We know it's a tough job. It's tough to come into a school and a classroom where you don't yet know the children, you aren't familiar and connected with your coworkers. So let's make sure that we are really welcoming when each of our substitutes who provide support for our schools come in. Let's help them be as successful as possible. And I hope many of you are feeling some improvements with staffing. In fact, today, nearly half of our New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill schools are fully staffed. This is a dramatic improvement from this time last year. And for those of you in schools that are still feeling stress, I know that you're working hard to cover extra shifts, sometimes coming in early or having to stay late, and we thank you. I hope in the coming months that you start to see some improvements with staffing. Our human resource team is tracking the specific staffing needs of each of our schools. And we anticipate that all of our schools will continue to grow now until May. So even for those schools who are staffed, we're likely going to see new employees joining us in the next few months. But we are encouraged by the increased retention rates and the larger number of applicants that we have for each open position. In the early childhood industry, teacher turnover has historically been really high. But I am so proud that here at New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill, our teacher turnover rates are some of the lowest in the industry and far below industry averages. And they've been coming down in this last year. And it's actually the lowest it's been since 2018. But there are three things that I want to mention and ask of all of you. First, while we're thrilled that teacher turnover is down and teacher retention is up, it is heartbreaking to me that in some circumstances, we have to terminate an incredible employee for preventable behavior. The most heartbreaking is when a teacher loses their cool with a child by inappropriate interactions. We have a zero tolerance policy for teachers who treat children poorly. We believe if all of us are well trained on the principles of conscious discipline and we use those tools in difficult situations to navigate even the most challenging child behavior, these instances should not occur. And if you need to chat with a licensed mental health professional because you're feeling extra stress in your personal life, please access our new employee assistance program and take care of yourself and each other so we can take the very best care of the children in our schools and our classrooms. The second thing I want to mention is regarding supervision of children in our schools and on our playgrounds. If a child is left unsupervised, even for a brief moment, there is potential risk of harm. Whether that child gets out of a playground and gets onto a busy road, or possibly gets out of a classroom and into the hallway and out the front door of our building into a parking lot, there is potential danger. And we know transitions, in particular with the youngest of children, can be the most difficult. But we have designed procedures to protect you and our young children. And finally, I'm asking you, as educators and school leaders, please consider your social media presence, particularly if you choose to go public with personal opinions or beliefs, and give very careful consideration before you accept parents as friends in your online activities. Because if you're friends with families on social media, it will be essential for you to consider how your posts and what you say on your post might affect your professional relationship with your families and your school. So in summary, please remember, maintain your cool, take a break when you need to, supervise children at all times, and be careful and thoughtful with your social media. As we move forward, we want to ensure each of our classrooms meets the promises we make to families and that we provide safe and high-quality learning environments to all young children. The number one statement made by all of you, our New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill employees on our top workplace survey, is that you want to feel part of something meaningful, and that's what you told us you do. It was also great to see so many of you love our work around conscious discipline, and we haven't stopped finding ways to make your experience even better here at New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill. Some of our best ideas come from you, so please continue to provide candid feedback about how we can improve your experience here. This year, we received 3,400 comments, and I enjoyed reading every single one of them. It is critically important to us that we remain a top workplace, and we look forward to finding more ways to foster healthy, inclusive, and happy school families. One of the largest areas of concern that we have today is enrollment growth. Currently, our company-wide occupancy sits at 60%. That means that 40% of the spaces available to children in our communities are left unused each day. And we're starting this fall with the highest level of occupancy since the pandemic started, but still far below historical averages for this time of year. In a healthy early childhood organization, at least 75% of spaces for children are used on a given day, though in the healthiest of years, over 80% of the spaces used for children are typically being used in the spring months. But we're particularly concerned about our infant program. Today, only 55% of our infant spaces are being used on a given day. And we know that there are a number of reasons that are influencing this. Birth rates are the lowest they've been in over 100 years. Households, with many of them with one working parent from home, have an easier time having an infant with them than working from home with a toddler or a preschooler. We also know infant tuition rates are highest because we have the smallest teacher-child ratios in our infant classrooms. And we know that families with young children are facing significant financial challenges, and many just can't afford the cost of enrolling their infant in a New Horizon Academy or Kinderberry Hill classroom. But when schools aren't full, there can be extra stress. And there are times when teachers don't get their full hours because we don't have enough children. And children are combined more often with other classrooms, particularly in the morning and the afternoon. And that happens when schools have less children. But there's a different level of excitement in a full classroom. Remember, one of the gifts we give children is the opportunity to build human connection with other children. And how we share and get along with other children in a classroom, children have more of those opportunities to learn things like social emotional skills, how to develop friendships, and sometimes lifelong friendships. And full classrooms also mean we have more flexibility to share duties with coworkers. And when the company doesn't have full classrooms, it creates more financial challenges with our budgets. But you're going to hear more from Penny Allen and Andrea Snyder later today about the economics of early childhood and why it's important to have full schools. As a reminder, when New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill do have more full classrooms, the first thing we consider are ways to increase compensation or improve the benefits for our employees. But when occupancy levels are low, the only way we're able to increase compensation and benefits is also by increasing tuition for our families. But many of our families are already on the edge of what they can afford, and many families that would like it to join us are not able to do so because they can't afford the tuition. And this year, we had to take smaller tuition increases because we know our families are experiencing the highest level of financial stress in decades. And with more children in our classrooms over the next few years, we may be able to moderate our tuition increases and do even more, enhancing compensation and improving benefits for our employees. And one of the best ways to grow our enrollment is to keep our families happy. And the best way to keep our families happy is fulfill the promises we make about quality classrooms. So let's make sure that we're sharing with families the incredible things their child is learning throughout the day, that we greet them when they arrive in the morning, and that we maintain a positive relationship with our families. And we've had some very encouraging results from our most recent family survey at New Horizon Academy. As a matter of fact, 96% of families regularly recommend New Horizon Academy to coworkers, friends, and family. And 98% of our families at Kinderberry Hill recommend our program to coworkers, friends, and family. And at New Horizon Academy, 92% of our families were happy with their child's growth and development, and 92% rate their level of communication with teachers as excellent. But the most obvious feedback we receive from families, they love their teachers. And that's why they choose to enroll, and that's why they choose to stay. So if you have a full classroom, that's because families believe that you are the very best teacher to help their child learn and grow. But when I read those family surveys, that number one comment parents make about why they love our schools is our people, which comes as no surprise. I also want to talk about our marketing team. They continue to work very hard to help us enroll new families in our programs, including launching a new interface for our customer relationship management system. Our marketing team is also helping ensure our new families remain engaged and satisfied. They continue to oversee a range of enrichment programs in our schools like music, dance, fitness, and language. These programs have been helped to expand children's learning opportunities and foster personal growth and creativity. And Kinderberry Hill continues to incorporate STEAM and Spanish enrichment programs into our curriculum, providing children with unique opportunities to learn and grow. These proprietary programs are designed to enhance the educational experiences for all children. Additionally, we offer year-round opportunities for family engagement. And at New Horizon Academy, we're doing a parenting pickup podcast, and it received over 2,500 downloads, reflecting its growing popularity and engagement with listeners. And we received positive feedback from parents. They appreciate this insightful content and practical advice on parenting and child development. New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill websites are always consistently being enhanced in a variety of ways. Recently, we improved accessibility for individuals with disabilities and a personalized website page for each school featuring photos and bios of our school leadership teams, a virtual tour, and other additional content. And right now we're in the process of launching an enhanced career page for Kinderberry Hill based on employee journey mapping, looking at the unique needs of each potential candidate. This page will feature a virtual tour so our prospective employees too can see inside the school and their future potential classroom. We're also including employee spotlights and so much more. Finally, I'm thrilled to share that our marketing team has been nominated for a prestigious 2025 Top 100 Marketer Award at the Icon Awards. Past winners of this award include big name companies like Amazon, McDonald's, PepsiCo, Microsoft, Target, and others. Now I want to talk a little bit about our curriculum and assessment. As early education professionals, we need to look closely at the research, and we want to make sure we're doing everything we can in our classroom to establish the pre-reading skills children need to be successful in elementary school. That is why New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill have been incorporating the science of reading into our curriculum. The philosophy behind the science of reading is that children learn more by sound first, not by sight. New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill have begun the transition from word walls to sound walls, including mouth views of sounds. We have to encourage children to include mirrors during group time so children can view their mouths while making sounds. In addition to referencing our sound walls, district curriculum coordinators Julie Gully and Alicia Berenz created a video about our current word walls and how you can incorporate a sound wall along with it. And Kinderberry Hill has been implementing training materials and weekly instruction to support the science of reading. In addition, Creative Curriculum, they've been incorporating the science of reading into their everyday activities. The education team is working with them very closely on strategies to determine the professional development that we need to support you as you implement some of the new science of reading. So please stay tuned for more information. And many states have used the science of reading model and seen reading assessment scores soar. In fact, Minnesota is soon going to require all elementary schools in the state to use the science of reading. And I'm really excited to share that we just received our new data on how our children are doing with their child assessment results, and they improved even further from last year. Almost all our pre-K graduates met or exceeded their expectations for their age group at each developmental level. Our assessment data shows that you are amazingly effective at what you do, and that you should be so proud. When you look, about 95% of children are meeting developmental domains. Our public schools could only dream of results like this. In many communities around the country, only about half of children are meeting expectations for reading and math at the end of third grade. But at New Horizon Academy in Kinderberry Hill, nearly all of our children are meeting their developmental goals before they leave for kindergarten. We have new data that's really impressive. It's thrilling to see that children leaving us for kindergarten are often meeting end of kindergarten benchmarks, which means they are a year ahead academically of where they need to be. And it doesn't surprise me that over 70% of our pre-K graduates are meeting end of kindergarten benchmarks in social emotional competence. And I believe that our fully embracing conscious discipline has helped impact those numbers across our company. The data I'm providing only reflects children that attend 3 days a week or more and have been with New Horizon Academy or Kinderberry Hill for at least 12 months. Really, less days than that or less time than that doesn't give you as teachers the time to get young children up to their developmental expectations for their age. But in addition, Kinderberry Hill also assesses executive function skills twice a year in their intermediate and pre-kindergarten classrooms. Executive function allows children to improve their abilities to stay focused, to plan ahead, regulate their emotions, to think flexibly and creatively. Kinderberry Hill continues to also utilize their Nature Explorer certified outdoor classrooms for learning and play. Over this last year, we've expanded our outdoor classrooms to include infants and toddlers. There are just so many benefits to learning outdoors in nature. When children spend time outside, they get to explore various topics around curiosity, creativity, wondering, becoming better problem solvers, and critical thinkers. Another thing that makes our company special is the fact that many of us go out and visit our schools. I was really excited to spend time with our Colorado and Idaho teams this year, and I'm looking forward to an upcoming visit to Kansas and Iowa very soon. In addition to making rounds to many of the New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill schools here in Minnesota. This is my absolute favorite part of the job, making a personal connection with our school families and teachers who are you are the ones bringing our mission alive, our vision and our values every day for young children. And these are my favorite days because I get to walk out just so proud of what we do. It re-energizes me to keep advocating for our industry so more children can be in your classrooms and have the types of experiences that I see children have at New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill each and every day. You know, I'm also really proud that our Professional Development Day focus today the theme is around building a culture of belonging. And I'm happy that our DEI&B strategy team will take your schools through a Brain Smart Start just after this, and everyone's going to attend a 90-minute session on cultural agility and unconscious bias presented by YMCA of the North. You know, I've said this before, but it's so important. As a company that prepares children to reach their fullest potential, we share in a responsibility to ensure this potential is not undermined by biases. And we're committed to a company culture that is inclusive, where all employees feel a sense of belonging. We strive to approach our relationships with our children, families, and each other with curiosity, compassion, and respect. And I hope you've noticed inside our monthly newsletters that you see more frequent messages from our diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging strategy team. With help of this diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging team, we recently implemented new monthly commitments in each of our New Horizon Academy schools. We learned from our conscious discipline curriculum that commitments will help us shift from being consciously stimulus-driven to becoming more consciously goal-oriented. So through these monthly commitments, we hope that you can develop further connections within your school family. This year was also the first time that we received insight on diversity and inclusion from our top workplace surveys. And we learned that 81% of New Horizon Academy employees and 78% of Kinderberry Hill employees feel that our companies are dedicated to diversity and inclusiveness. But we're committed to continuing to improve that score because we want each and every one of you to feel like you belong here. Kinderberry Hill has also been doing some additional work, launching an improved character building curriculum that incorporates conscious discipline along with purposeful activities and resources focused around diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. So again, I want to thank our 2024 DEI&B strategy team for continuing to move this very important work forward. Now I want to share a little bit about advocacy. In advocacy, we have two main goals that we want to achieve. We want to lift the compensation and benefits for early educators who do the world's most important work. And we need to do so much more to increase the resources so more and more families in this country can afford the high quality early learning experiences for their young children. And I want to highlight three very specific accomplishments that our company participated in over this last year that are helping us meet these goals, and they're proof that we can make a difference for children, for families, and early educators. The first example is Minnesota. We passed a nation-leading program to support the compensation of early educators. Our early education staff in Minnesota received an average increase in pay of about $2 an hour, depending on a staff's level of education. The staff with the highest level of education received the largest increase. Because of this program, we were able to scale back our tuition increases for Minnesota families who we know struggle to afford care. In fact, most of our Minnesota families with infants didn't see an tuition increase at all in 2024. And one of the main reasons we could do this in Minnesota was due to increased public investments, both in the form of early learning scholarships and an improvement to child care assistance reimbursement rates. And you know, a big reason legislators did this is they heard from you and our families. We got 20,000 emails to legislators from families, employees, and others in the early childhood community. And legislators told us this is the most they have ever heard on any single issue ever. And this just goes to show that when we activate our networks and we do advocacy passionately, we can get things done. Our second example in Iowa, there was a one-year pilot program to provide child care assistance to everyone who works in an early childhood program, regardless of their income. As of July, no one who works in our Iowa schools who have children in our programs has to pay for child care. When this program started, I was down visiting Iowa and I heard from teachers and school leaders that this program has been life-changing for them. It has helped teachers be able to see their work at New Horizon Academy as a lifelong career. So we are advocating, along with other advocates, to make this program permanent in Iowa. And we want to use this example in other parts of the country. Third, we want to continue to help fight for families to make childcare more affordable. We've been advocating nationally and in each state we operate, though we have not made the success or had the success we want in this area. We do have a great example from Colorado that we can get this done. In Colorado, there's a new universal pre-kindergarten program So Colorado's families save somewhere between $6,000 and up to $12,000 a year on their cost of preschool. This is a great example of how we can reduce the cost for families without having to compromise compensation and benefits for our amazing early educators. And we know childcare is already unaffordable for most families. Research shows that 50% of Americans spend more than 20% of their annual income on the cost of childcare. The federal government says that families should never have to pay more than 7% of their annual income on the cost of childcare. And families have experienced large increases. Childcare costs have gone up 24% since 2019. And it's not just unaffordable. In addition, for many families, it's not even available. Half of Americans in this country live in a childcare desert. That's a place where there's not enough childcare spaces for the families who need them. So Claire Sanford, our Vice President of Government Relations, and I continue to be leading advocates and voices for our industry in Washington, D.C., because we need more resources to support families with young children and help them afford childcare. We are happy. Last year, the federal government increased funding for childcare assistance by 30%, far from what's needed, but states are getting new dollars, and we want to help them decide how to spend those dollars, because we know that in each state, we need to increase income eligibility, because too few families in all states get the childcare assistance they need to support themselves and their families. We also need to increase reimbursement rates, because often those rates are so low that when a family gets childcare assistance, they can't even afford to pick a good program like New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill. And third, we want states to use some of this money to raise compensation for amazing early educators who are dedicated to improving the lives of young children. And this summer and fall, Claire and I continued to visit Washington and reinforce the need for these increased investments. Though Washington is proposing massive cuts to a lot of federal funding, childcare remains important to politicians on both sides of the aisle, and we believe childcare will likely be one of the only funds that remain safe and won't be cut in the coming years, and that's because of advocacy. So I'm proud of the progress we've made, but we have a long way to go. Children, families, and early educators in our country, they just deserve better than what they're getting. And a country should be judged on how it treats its most vulnerable citizens. And there are no more vulnerable in our country and ones with the greatest potential than our young children. We need to ensure they receive incredible early childhood experiences so they can grow up with confidence that they're smart, that they're capable, and that they know how to have healthy relationships with others. And remember, this is election season. Please vote this fall. You can visit your state website for more information on voter registration, mail-in ballots, finding out where you vote in person, and so much more. And some states do require you register before a certain date prior to Election Day. But it's easier than ever to be informed. Nearly every candidate has a website. You can look on it, or a Facebook page telling them about their ideas. And I'll tell you, I always look, what's your position on childcare, early childhood, and helping more families and helping more educators? But please do your own research, but vote. Vote for your state and local elected officials too. Sometimes those positions have a much greater impact on our daily lives than the President of the United States. And just a reminder, regardless of your political affiliation or your system of beliefs, ensuring classrooms and schools remain safe places for children, families, and employees is critical. And I want to also provide you an update from our IT team. They have focused on two main goals. First, addressing issues more quickly, and second, increasing the number of on-site school visits so they can really understand our needs and concerns. And I'm proud to report they've exceeded both of these objectives. Even though our repair requests have increased by over 20%, the average repair time from this time last year decreased 60%, dropping from 35 hours waiting for response or repair to 15 hours. Our IT team has already also visited 60 schools this year to ensure that we are always meeting the needs of our schools more efficiently and effectively. And they've also focused on innovation. We're excited to announce the upcoming launch of our branded new music app called Classroom Tunes. It's designed specifically for New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill schools. Classroom Tunes is currently being tested at 3 of our locations. And it's going to offer all of our favorite songs in one easy-to-use platform, the ability for teachers to create and manage their own personalized playlist. But what's really important is all the content is age appropriate, and the music selections are going to be suitable for all classrooms. And best of all, we can get rid of those darn commercials. So we hope that you're pleased with your IT support, and we're just excited about continuing to look at ways that we can continue to enhance our facilities to make our IT absolutely top-notch. And over this next year, you're going to continue to see us expand operations in almost every state and every region in our country, in Minnesota, Idaho, Iowa, Colorado, and Kansas. We have a lot of exciting future plans in the works. Well, I'm not going to go into detail about each and every project, and we plan to share more updates in the near future about each project and each state and when projects are expected to open. But we continue to expand because there are too many children in other parts of the country that don't have access to high quality classrooms that are well equipped with highly trained teachers and high quality curriculum and assessment. And we believe that all children deserve better than much of the early care and education that currently is available to most families with little kids in this country. Our new projects, though, will not stop us from reinvesting in our current schools. And we have many remodeling projects in process today, including updated signage and many remodels that we have planned in the future. And of course, we can accelerate our remodeling project based on how many kids we're serving. So as our enrollment increases, we're going to start moving up some remodeling projects that we'd like to get started as soon as we can. But at New Horizon and Kinderberry Hill, we are extremely unique in how much we invest in our facilities, and it really remains very critical and important to us that children and teachers have the best places to spend their days learning and growing. Last, I want to recognize some amazing accomplishments. New Horizon Academy has the largest percentage of accredited schools in the nation of any multi-state provider. We immediately start the process of accreditation when we open a new school, and the National Association for the Education of Young Children continues to be the gold standard for accreditation in early childhood. So let's congratulate those schools that were newly accredited or re-accredited in the last 12 months. And not only are our schools accredited, but our scores are outstanding. While schools only have to meet 80% of the criteria to receive accreditation, most of our schools get over 90%, 90 to 95%, which is extremely impressive. In addition, many of our schools are duly accredited through National Early Childhood Program accreditation. So I want to congratulate our schools who have successfully sought this secondary accreditation. At New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill, we know that if we want to provide the best child development on the planet, our licensing records need to reflect that. And sometimes the littlest things that we're cited for can make a big difference when prospective families are looking online and about deciding whether to enroll in our programs. So I want to congratulate all of our schools who had a perfect licensing visit in the last 12 months. I want to recognize our amazing teachers. I'm really proud of our early educators, and today we're going to recognize some exceptional ones. First, let's recognize our teachers of distinction for their incredible work. In order to become a teacher of distinction, you need 2 or more years of continuous service as a full-time lead teacher. You need to have distinguished classroom performance. You have to have assumed additional responsibility at your school. You need to be nominated by your director and have a confirmed nomination visit, unannounced visit, classroom visit by a member of the leadership team. Each of our teachers of distinction receive $100, a plaque recognizing their accomplishments, and are invited to celebrate with senior leadership at a special recognition event. I also want to recognize our Top Teacher Award, our Educators of Excellence. In order to become an educator of excellence, you need to have 5 or more years of continuous service as a full-time lead teacher. You need to have been recognized as a teacher of distinction in 2 previous years. You'll need to demonstrate exemplary classroom teaching skills. You need to be recognized as a leader within your school family. You need to consistently go above and beyond job expectations and show a special commitment to the field of early childhood education. If you're selected as an Educator of Excellence, you receive a plaque recognizing your accomplishment. You're invited to celebrate with senior leadership at a special recognition event. Our Educator of Excellence Award is a special Lifetime Achievement Award. Our Educators of Excellence receive $500 at the time of the award and an additional $100 every subsequent year of employment with New Horizon Academy. I also want to recognize our Kitchen Manager Award. It's Kitchen Manager of Distinction. In order to be a Kitchen Manager of Distinction, you need 2 or more years of service with New Horizon Academy. You need to demonstrate exemplary management of food orders and records, consistently manage food costs within budget, follow a menu as consistently as possible, manage food allergy prevention, minimize the use of disposable dishware, demonstrate integrity and flexibility, consistently go above and beyond, and maintain current Safe Serve certification. Kitchen Managers of Distinction receive $100, a plaque recognizing their accomplishments. They're also invited to join senior leadership at a special recognition event. This year, Kinderberry Hill began a new recognition program, which recognizes schools, classrooms, and individuals that uphold our core values. These awards are presented at their Excellence in Education event in June. In order to receive recognition of excellence in a Reggio Aspired approach, a classroom must use play-based emergent curriculum. They have to have a strong image of a child and consistently follow their lead, and implement a strong third teacher classroom environment. So congratulations to these classrooms. Next, in order to receive recognition of excellence in conscious discipline, a classroom must have taken conscious discipline training, embrace the conscious discipline approach, be open to growth and guidance, and implement and model conscious discipline in the classrooms. So congratulations to these classrooms. In order to receive recognition for school community, a school must demonstrate consistent opportunities for families to gather and connect, have active community involvement, and evidence of a strong school family. So congratulations to Kinderberry Hill Grand for receiving this recognition. Next, in order to receive recognition in excellence in continuous improvement, a classroom must embrace and implement new research-based ideas, pilot new curriculum, lesson plans, create new ideas and equipment, and share innovative ideas regarding early childhood education. So congratulations to these classrooms. Next, in order to receive recognition of excellence in outdoor classrooms, a school must seasonally enhance and maintain their outdoor classroom space, utilize the outdoor space as an extension of the classroom, and seek space, equipment, and play opportunities for all ages and all programs. So congratulations to Kinderberry Hill Woodbury for receiving this recognition. And finally, in order to receive recognition of dedication, an employee must be trustworthy and reliable in all areas of Kinderberry Hill expectations. They need to be a role model for others and demonstrate excellent communication and relationships with children and families. So congratulations to these Kinderberry Hill employees. So in closing, I want to thank you for being with us today. When I visit your schools, I see thriving children in classrooms after classroom, and that fills my bucket. And so many young children in our country deserve so much better early childhood experiences than what they're getting. And it haunts me that young children don't receive the high quality early education experiences that they need to thrive. So as we serve more families each and every day, I am just so proud when I wake up every morning to be part of a company that is making this world a better place, one child at a time. I hope you have an inspiring day together and that you see our mission of continuous improvement is alive and well. After today, we want to hear your feedback. We always look for ways to improve your professional development experiences here at New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill. So again, thank you for your commitment to New Horizon Academy and Kinderberry Hill. This is an incredible company, but it all comes down to whether we have incredible teachers in the classroom giving high quality early learning experiences to children that prepare them for life in school. I hope you heard many things this morning about how our company continues to get better, and we truly have a bright future on the horizon. On behalf of the Dunkley family, thank you, and have a great day.